Everyone, welcome back to another video, or if you're new, welcome. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and today I'm answering all of your questions. So I actually was meant to do a Q&A, get ready with me, but I got a lot more questions than I anticipated, and I knew that if I was getting ready at the same time, I'd be distracted. I didn't want to be distracted. I wanted to answer all of your questions 100% with my full attention, so I thought I would just do a get ready with me because I've been getting a lot of requests for that. Be sure to subscribe so you can see that. By the way, I know I'm going to get asked about my jewelry. These are the étoile bangles from CNC Luxury. CNC rings on. This is the Gatsby ring. This is a new ring we just launched with our summer collection. I have the snake necklaces on here and the falling rose. Without further ado, I think we should just jump right into the questions because we got some really good ones and I want to be able to answer all of them. So I am going to be saying the name of the person who asked the question. This was asked by 95514J, and I wanted to start with this question, but the question is, if you could touch on how your upbringing or dad's money has helped your life in any way, that would be interesting. I know you and Allie work hard, but I'm always interested in people who come from privileged backgrounds. If there was any wisdom passed down to you that someone from a poor family wouldn't have, opportunities you think wouldn't be possible without a safety cushion, honest answers about like allowance or how much you got in your account on your 18th birthday or anything like that. I feel like there's kind of a misconception about how much money my family has. By all means, Allie and I grew up privileged. We had a nice house. We never had to worry about the food on our table. We got to go on vacation and we had nice things, but I feel like you guys think that we grew up a lot wealthier than we actually did. I mean, we were well off. Allie and I knew that that was 100% due to how hard my dad worked. He worked day and night, 7 days a week, like 360 days a year. He worked so hard, and Allie and I learned from that early on that if we wanted to continue with this lifestyle and have this lifestyle, we were going to have to work just as hard. My parents raised Allie and I really well. We're never like spoiled brats. We didn't just get thrown copious amounts of toys and whatever we wanted. Parents made sure that we knew how lucky we were, and we were always so thankful when we did get something. My sister and I were also really good savers when we were younger. Any money we got, I think I was a little bit of a better saver, but any money that Allie and I received at our birthday or at Christmas, we saved it. Allie and I were taught from a very young age, I think around 14 or 15 years old, that if we wanted, shirts or clothing or bags or makeup, we needed to work and buy them with our own money. My parents were not just spewing out money for us to go buy these things. So I remember when I was 14 years old, my mom actually drove me from McDonald's to McDonald's and Tim Hortons to Tim Hortons, and I handed out job resumes, and I actually got my first job when I just turned 15 years old as a hostess at a restaurant. Ever since that moment, I fully paid for all of my clothing, my bags, unless it was my birthday or Christmas, my makeup. I bought everything with my own money. Like, my parents don't buy me anything like I want. I buy everything. I was living at home I still live with my mom, but I was living at my old house at the time. We didn't have to pay rent or for like food other than the food we ate when we went out. When I went out to eat, it was my own money. Like, unless I was eating dinner from the groceries my parents bought, it was all my own money. So like from a very young age, I was kind of like I was independent, I guess. At the same time with that, I don't believe that how much money my parents had gave me an advantage. Allie and I saved our money and we started our company with our own money. We didn't use any of our parents' money to start CNC, Coffee and Couture at the time. We didn't use any of our parents' money to start our YouTube or anything like that. I think that hard work is what gets you what you want in life. So that is what I really took from my parents. I saw how hard you need to work in order to afford these things in life, and I'm really thankful for that. But in terms of privileges that I had over, someone who maybe had less money than my family, I don't really think I had that many. Anyone is able to work hard and have these things. So yeah, that's my viewpoint on that. I learned this from a very young age, so I'm very thankful that I inherited that from my family. My dad worked so hard. The second thing is about opportunities you think wouldn't be possible without a safety cushion. I don't know, because I don't have a safety cushion. I didn't inherit money from my family, and I think that's also what drives Allie and I to work hard. We know that if we don't work hard, we are not going to have money, and we need to support ourselves. I don't have a safety cushion. All of the risks that Allie and I have taken, we've taken on our own money, and I know my parents wouldn't let me be on the street or starve, but at the same time, I am responsible for supporting myself. In terms of how much money I got in my bank account on my 18th birthday, I got the money that was in my birthday card. Yeah, I did not get money in my account. I wish, but I didn't. In terms of allowance, Allie and I never got allowances as a kid. So that was a long question. That was the longest question out of all of them. Alicia M. Reed, I hope I pronounced your names right, asked 3 questions. Are you planning on going blonder? At the moment, no. Probably as light as I will go. Maybe, you know, one day I'll feel adventurous and go like blonde, but right now I really love my hair color and I can't imagine going blonder. I'm obsessed with how my hair is right now. Do you use extensions? No, I do not. And what is your dream bag? I actually just bought my dream bag. You guys kind of saw that in my last video, but it is the Chanel boy bag. It's been my dream bag for so long. Meg Lagoof asked, where would you like to live for the rest of your life, and would you rather live in Greece or Canada? I could not live in Greece, especially where my family is from, ever. Like my cousin Manoli, who also has a YouTube channel, grew up in Greece. He lived there for his whole life until he moved to Canada to go to university, and I don't know how. Because on the island that he grew up on is where my dad was born and raised. There is nothing on that island besides like chickens, goats, and a supermarket. Maybe because I just was grown up, I was raised in like a city. I couldn't imagine living like that. It may be in Athens, but not in like the island that I'm from. It's a really different way of living. It really is. It's an amazing place to go on vacation, but by the end of that, I'm like, I cannot wait to go home. In Canada, I would maybe consider moving to Ontario, but I really like Montreal and my whole family's here, so I'm a big creature of habit and I like Montreal. Kayla Shorter asked, what's one thing you learned from each parent that has made a huge impact on your life or helped you through tough times that you would pass down to your children when and if you have them? That's a great question. My dad, I definitely learned hard work, determination. My work ethic I get from my dad. My mom, I definitely learned how I want to be a mother. She was just my mom was a very good mom. I want to be exactly the way she was with my sister and I, although I think I might be a little bit more strict. Lisette93 asked, what type of bras do you wear with different types of blouses? I bought a white spaghetti bodysuit but don't know what bra or pasties to wear. Any ideas? So my favorite pasties to wear are from Amazon. I will link them down below. They are like the perfect pasties because you cannot see them. They're not thick. A lot of the times I just go braless. Like right now I'm braless. Yeah, if it's a see-through, I'll wear like a bralette, a nude bralette. That's normally what I wear. A lot of the times I'm braless though. Morsha F. Shino. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. I probably did. What motivates you to pursue all the businesses you have created? Also, what pushes you to keep creating content for YouTube when you first started, knowing that it will take a while to build up your following? All of my businesses kind of fell into my lap. Planning on doing a whole video on how I started my business with my sister. In terms of YouTube, recently I have been growing a little bit faster. Before that, it's just because I genuinely love interacting with you guys. I genuinely love being creative and posting things. So if you love it, you won't see it as a job. I still don't see this as my job. That's what really motivated me. Even when I was making no money off of YouTube, I didn't care. I love it and I still do it for the same reason. Bansandai08 asked, would you consider doing a meet and greet in Toronto? What inspired you to start a YouTube channel? I get asked to do meet and greets a lot, and to be honest, I'm kind of scared because I just feel like no one would come and then I'd be like standing there alone, you know. I don't know, I just feel I would feel so bad if no one came. So that's why I kind of don't do a lot of meet and greet. And what inspired you to start a YouTube channel? My sister 100% is what inspired me. Emily Barre 3 said, what motivates you? I have a goal. Like I have a goal that I want to reach, you know, by certain ages. I have different goals I want to reach, so that's what motivates me, just working towards those goals. Is there anything that scares you in life, like anything holding you back from accomplishing your goals? Honestly, no. I've never been a type of person to let anything scare me. If I want to do it, the worst thing that can happen is that it doesn't work, and then you try something else, you fix the problem. My dogs are barking, I'm so sorry. So nothing really holds me back. Like I'm not really scared of anything that holds me back. Okay, Steph Lastica asked, who are your beauty influences? How do you deal with hate that you may get from YouTubing or being in the public eye? Who is the most famous person that has ever approached you via DM or any social media? So my beauty influences, I take a bunch of different beauty influences. Definitely like Kim Kardashian, her natural glam makeup. Desi Perkins, I love a natural glam where your makeup is just so flawless. So those two people really influenced me. I don't get a lot of hate on YouTube. And then who's the most famous? Honestly, I've only ever spoken to other YouTubers. I don't have a DM from a famous person. Although I have met, you know, like Kylie Jenner's best friend and like Jack Galinsky and all of those people, but I've never they've never DM'd me. Diba Shari asked, are you still in school? What career goals do you have? Are you still studying finance? I'm a finance major and would love to know what your plans are. Keep studying. Literally one of my favorite bloggers. Oh, thank you so much. So right now I'm not in school. I'm going back to school though. I am going to go back in marketing. I was majoring in accounting with a minor in finance. But I don't want to be an accountant at all. I also don't want to be like in the finance field. It's just I love being creative and I love, you know, creating content and all of that stuff. I think marketing will benefit me in my career, my businesses more than, you know, accounting and finance, because I have an accountant and I'm, you know, if you go into finance, you can't, you know, it's not as relevant for me. But I don't plan on getting like a marketing job. Maybe one day if I ever need it. I do want to get a degree in marketing in case one day I do need a job. But at the same time, I feel like marketing in schools is so behind like what you're taught. Yeah, it would literally just be to get a degree. Natalie Shagun, I probably said that so wrong, I'm so sorry, asked, who's your favorite style icon? Where do you pull your inspo from? Love you and your sister so much. Oh, thank you. Love you too. I will pull my style influences from, you know, a bunch of different people, not one type of fashion. Like I will pull them from Lydia Millen. I'll pull them from Carly Bible. I'll pull them from Kim Kardashian. I'll pull them from anything I see. Really, I see a lot on Instagram. Anything I see that I like, I will pull from that. It's not like one type of style I like, one person I look for. It's a bunch of different things, and I feel like that's where you create your most like unique style that's still very like in style, if that makes sense. So that's where I take all of my style inspiration. Casual Lattes asked, if you could only stick to one beauty brand, what would it be? Oh, that's a good question. I think Hourglass. I love Hourglass or Bennett or NARS. Hourglass or NARS, I think. All That Glitters _LI asked, do you speak French since you live in Montreal? I'm per. I went to a bilingual, like half English, half French school my entire life, and unless you're actually speaking it at home, I honestly don't think that an hour or a day of French is going to teach you enough to speak it. I don't speak French. I understand it 100% depending on how Quebecois the person is that's speaking to me. Forming sentences in my head is like impossible. I don't know how I didn't fail French, because I like worked so hard in French. Like when I had to write French essays, I would write them beforehand because normally they gave you the topic and then memorize them because I was so bad. The next question is from Ashley Villanueva, and she asked, I would like to know, how did you and your sister decide on opening your business together? I think that's absolutely amazing and very inspiring. Thank you very much. My sister and I, like I said, it kind of just happened. We never, like, we didn't think, like, what can we start a business on? It kind of happened. I came up with, like, the idea for myself. I was trying to make jewelry for myself. And then you guys, her followers, kind of were like, can we buy them? So we kind of, the partnership just seemed very natural. We didn't, like, ever think of it as, like, a business. You know, it just seemed natural to do it together. We both brought different things to the table, and it just grew, and I wouldn't imagine having a business with anyone else. Penny Lewis 28 asked, where is somewhere you haven't been in the world that you would love to travel to? I really want to go to Spain, and I really want to go to the French Polynesia area. I want to go to Bali and Bora Bora really badly. Recently, I've also wanted to go to Hawaii though. And Kevin asked, how tall are you? I'm 5'1". TVDSD asked, hi Tony, what was your childhood like? My childhood was amazing. My dad worked a lot, but my mom was a stay-at-home mom, and she did everything for us. She was always there for us. Went on vacation maybe once a year. I don't think I was ever bored at all. Like, with my sister and my mom. We were never born. I Lure Lashes asked, how come you live in Montreal but don't have an accent? If you ask my best friend Nolan, he says I have the biggest Canadian accent, and that's only because he has the biggest Canadian accent and he's trying to push it on me. In Montreal, you don't hear people really with Canadian accents. I didn't even know what a Canadian accent was until I watched a hockey movie, and I was like, whoa, do people really speak like that? I'm not trying to make fun of people, but they say potatoes and they say I'm going to Nova Scotia, and they speak like that. It's a real accent that they have, and I was just floored because I did not know that was a real thing. Yeah, they do say things like a boot. I can do the accent, but I don't have one. Andrea Mitch, I love your name actually. Andrea was my favorite name as a kid. Asked, I was wondering how you are doing or feeling these days. Throughout your YouTube career, everyone has seen you go through so much with school, work, relationships, family, etc. Some of it was tough to see you go through or hear about, so I'm hoping you're in a better place now. Oh, that's such a sweet question. I am in a really good place now. I think taking time off from school was a huge help for me. It was just so stressful. It allowed me to really work on the things I love in life, like YouTube and CNC. So it was the best decision I ever made, and that really helped me a lot in my mental health. Miss_SMJK asked, did you do anything to get your eyelashes that long? I got these eyelashes from my dad, and if you think my eyelashes are long, you should see my cousins, because they're like double the length of mine. Kelly Patch asked, what style of TNA leggings do you always wear? The TNA leggings are the pant version. I actually just bought a new pair yesterday, and they are not the thin leggings that are like $20-something. These are $60 Canadian, and right now they're having their sale, so if you want to pick them up, I would go to Aritzia. The next question is from Joan Sticks. So I'm so sorry. How did you learn about running business and the legalities behind starting one? We kind of learned as we went. Honestly, we learned as things came up, you know, with our accountant and everything. It wasn't like we didn't really learn a lot about it, and me even being in business school, you don't learn about starting your own business in business school and everything you're going to have to do and everything like that. So we kind of just learned as we went along. You can look things up online. There's a lot of hotlines you can call from like the government in case you're worried about that. You can contact a lawyer. It's Diana G asked, hi, do you have a job besides YouTube, or is YouTube your main source of income? By the way, I love you and your videos. Oh, thank you. I love you too. So YouTube is definitely a part of my job. I have YouTube, Teenie, which is my phone cases, CNC Luxury, which is my jewelry, and TNS The Label, which is my capsule clothing collection. Eliza Taipaldos asked, if you were to practice your dream job, no matter education requirements or how wild it might be, what would that profession be? I kind of think I want to be a doctor for like a day and a half maybe. When I was really young, I wanted to be a teacher for a very long time. That was like my dream job. I don't have the patience for it, but I wanted to be a teacher for a very long time. I love what I do now. I can't imagine doing anything else, but I think marketing for other companies is also something that I'd be very interested in. Tiffany Tran asked, I'd love to know more about how your polygel nails are holding up and how you started your business. So I kind of touched on how I started my business. My polygels are amazing. They're so strong. I've filled them a few times and I love them. They're so strong. Honestly, they're stronger than any nails I've ever had at a salon. Living Kindly asked, what's the biggest mistake you've made in your life? Something major you regret, opportunity you didn't take, etc., and how you managed to see the positive in it regardless. I've honestly I don't regret anything in my life. I know that everything happens for a reason, and I honestly think that the emotion of regret is a bad emotion. You should not regret anything in life. You could not change anything you've done, so don't harp on what you've done in the past. You can only move forward and change it in the future, so don't focus on the past. Everything in my past made me who I am today and where I am today, so I'm thankful for my past and I don't regret anything. Sarah Nicole asked, did you have to trim your hair after going lighter? Is your hair more dry now that it's light than having the dark hair? So my hair right now is very healthy. I just trimmed it actually, so I did trim it twice since going lighter. and my hair is really healthy now. It's a lot thicker and softer somehow. It's really important to treat your hair when you have blonde hair. I know when I don't put a deep conditioner in, I don't spray a lot of oil, I don't do a lot of, you know, stuff like that, my hair feels like hay. It was like that when it was black too. I need to do a lot of treatments on my hair, and my hair is so soft right now. Like, it feels so healthy and so good. Partly thanks to my best friend Nolan, who does my hair, because he's like a hair god. Tanya Orama asked, what bra size are you now after your breast augmentation? I am a 34C. Nicole Chanel asked, what do you love most about YouTube? What is your favorite thing about working with Alicia? What are your goals that you see being accomplished in the next year? I love two things about YouTube. I love you guys the most. Interacting with you guys, getting your feedback, just talking. The messages I get from you are the best. What makes me continue to post. And then also I love being creative and talking about things I love. What is your least favorite thing about working with Alicia? I thought you said favorite. Sometimes we have to put the sister aspect aside because we are business partners, and sometimes it's hard to disconnect the two. But my sister and I are very good. Like, we can get in a fight and then she'll text me like 10 minutes later being like, do you want to go to the mall? And it's not like a long fight, but sometimes I do have to be like, listen, and it's about the business, and then it doesn't really affect our sister relationship, but it used to more. Now we're better at it. I definitely want to grow my YouTube channel and grow CNC Luxury. I think that's like my main goal. And the last question is, what made you want to be your own boss? Is school necessary in this day and age? I don't think school is necessary to be your own boss in any way, unless you want to, you know, have an accounting firm or a finance firm or something like that, where you need to have an education and a degree, or else you're kind of really not that credible. But even at that, to own the business, you don't need it. You just need to hire professionals. I don't think so. And honestly, from my experience being at McGill Business, I didn't learn a whole lot from business school that helped me with my business. I never like set out to start my own business being like, I want to be my own boss and that is why I'm starting a business. I started a business because I loved it, and I don't mind working for someone else. I didn't mind it when I worked when I was younger. Obviously, I like being my own boss, working on my own schedule, working for myself. But at the same time, it's very different. You don't have someone behind you, you know, pushing you. You don't have to wake up in the morning and go to work, which is sometimes a little bit difficult because you have to find the motivation within yourself. If you want to take the day off, no one's stopping you. That's like the difficult part of being your own boss. Also, you don't ever disconnect. You're always thinking about work 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. I don't get to leave work to come home and leave it at work. Anyways, this video was long enough. I hope you guys like this. I can't believe I thought I was going to be able to answer those and do my makeup at the same time. I need to go like jump in a pool or something because I'm sweating up a storm. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on the bell notification, and like this video. If you have any more questions, leave them down below and I will answer them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys back here next week.